Last week, Mr. Williams, 74 years old, walked into my clinic. He still moved with a brisk, agile gait, but his hands trembled slightly. My mind flickered to Parkinson's or a neurological issue. But when he sat down, he looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doctor, I don't understand. I still exercise regularly. I eat well, but lately, things just aren't the same." He wasn't talking about blood pressure or blood sugar. He was talking about his sex life and about a quiet change he thought only he was going through. The truth is, according to Harvard Men's Health Watch, over 50% of men over 60 experience changes in sexual function, and 1/3 of them don't know the real reason why. Sometimes it's not just about getting older, it can be an early warning sign for heart health or even life expectancy. I'm Dr. Benjamin Hartwell. For over 30 years, I've been working alongside men over 60 to help them maintain their health, confidence, and dignity. And I want to tell you something most other doctors will never bring up. After 60, masturbation changes, and if you don't adapt, it can quietly impact your body, mind, and your sense of manhood. In this video, I'm going to share 5 secrets older men wish they had known sooner, truths that can protect your circulation, keep your prostate healthy, and even reignite your confidence. The first secret could save not just your sex life, but your heart as well. If you care about staying strong and healthy at this age, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss my practical men over 60 specific guides. And if this topic resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback helps me serve you better. Secret 1. Blood vessel health is the foundation of sexual response. Many men think erectile issues are only about performance. But what I'm about to tell you will change how you see it. The truth is, many cases I see in my clinic have nothing to do with hormones or psychology, but with the very blood vessels that feed your body, especially the ones that feed your penis. I remember Patrick, 68, coming in looking puzzled. "Doctor, my response seems slower, but I'm still healthy, still walking every morning." We ran tests and found his penile blood vessels were narrowing years before any signs of narrowing in his coronary arteries. This means erectile dysfunction can sometimes be an early warning sign of heart disease. According to the American Heart Association, narrowing of the penile arteries can occur 3 to 5 years before obvious coronary artery symptoms. That's why I often tell patients, don't just think about performance, think about your heart. The good news: you can absolutely protect your blood vessels. Keep up moderate cardio like brisk walking 30 minutes a day. Control your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Eat foods naturally rich in nitrates like beets, spinach, and fatty fish, shown to help dilate blood vessels and improve circulation. When blood flows well, you not only maintain your sexual response, but also protect your whole body from heart attacks and strokes. Which brings me to another truth. One that could lift a weight you've carried for decades. Because even with good blood flow, many men still feel they're not a man anymore just because they're using an outdated yardstick to measure themselves. Secret 2. Erections are no longer the only measure. Many men walk into my clinic with the same worry. "Doctor, I'm not like I used to be. Does this mean I'm done?" I see in their eyes a mix of embarrassment and a deep, quiet fear that they've lost the very core of what makes them a man. I remember James, 72, once a confident man, now sitting hunched over, speaking barely above a whisper. Before, just a thought was enough. Now I have to wait. I have to try. And even then, I'm not sure. The heartbreaking part is, he, like so many others, had tied his entire self-worth to speed, hardness, and endurance. The standards of a 25-year-old burned into his mind by society. But the truth is, once you're past 60, your body enters a stage of evolution, not decline. Blood flow slows, hormones fluctuate, nerve responses become less rapid, all completely natural. Pleasure, connection, and satisfaction are still there. Only the form and pace change. A study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that many older men can still achieve orgasm without a full erection. When they let go of the pressure to be like before, they start discovering something new. Deeper emotion, longer connection, and a sense of relief from no longer chasing an outdated ideal. I often tell patients, from now on, don't just measure by hardness. Measure by closeness, presence, and the joy you feel. When you change your yardstick, you realize you haven't lost your manhood. You've simply stepped into a more seasoned, maturer version of it. But there's a dangerous habit many men fall into, thinking it's harmless, that can actually make your body slowly forget how to respond and quietly lose an ability you were born with. Secret 3. Stopping completely leads to functional degeneration. Here's a fact many men don't know. Your body remembers what it does regularly. And if you completely stop sexual activity, even self-touch, for a long time, your body can slowly forget how to respond. This isn't just a feeling, it's a real biological change. I remember Roy, 74, widowed for over a decade. When he started dating again, he discovered his body no longer responded the way it used to. He thought he was completely broken. But after examining him, I found no serious medical issue, just mild atrophy of the erectile tissue and reduced nerve sensitivity, the result of many years without any form of stimulation. It's like a machine that hasn't run in years. The oil dries up, the gears stick, and the parts lose flexibility. Research in the International Journal of Impotence Research shows that maintaining light, regular stimulation helps preserve blood flow, tissue elasticity, and nerve sensitivity, even in older men. The key isn't how often, but keeping the signal alive. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light, pressure-free stimulation a few times a week can make a huge difference. Roy began doing this, and after only a few months, he told me, "It's like my body is remembering itself again." That's why I say, don't let your body forget, because once it forgets, getting it back is far harder. But keeping the body active is one thing. How you keep it active is another. Some habits that seem harmless can quietly reprogram your brain in the wrong direction. Secret 4. Porn can numb your sexual response. When I say this, many men laugh and say, "Doctor, I'm too old to be addicted to that stuff." But the truth is, quite a few of my patients in their 60s and 70s still watch pornography, sometimes every night, and don't realize it's silently rewiring their brain. Ernest, 68, is one example. He told me, "I still touch myself, but it's like I'm touching a stranger. It's not real." At first, he thought it was just age, but when I asked more questions, he admitted that since his wife passed away, he'd been watching porn almost every night to feel something. The problem is, pornography creates an artificial flood of dopamine, far more intense than real-life intimacy. Your brain starts adapting to this high level of stimulation and becomes less responsive to everyday arousal. According to research in the Journal of Behavioral Addictions, frequent porn exposure can dull the brain's pleasure centers, making you crave stronger, newer images to feel the same excitement, leaving you numb in real life. The scary part is this process is silent. You don't notice until you've lost interest in your partner or even in yourself. The good news: the brain can recover. When Ernest began cutting back, replacing it with focusing on his breath, bodily sensations, and positive memories, within weeks, he started feeling the real spark he thought was gone forever. I always tell my patients, not all stimulation is good. What you need is real connection, not an artificial explosion on a screen. So if you're not using porn and you're not letting your body get lazy, what's the safest way to keep yourself feeling like you, even at 70 or 80? Secret 5. Masturbation can be a lifeline when done right. Many older men come to me looking embarrassed when they ask, "Doctor, at my age, should I still?" They lower their voice when they say the word "touch myself," as if admitting to something shameful. But the truth is, masturbation, when done mindfully and correctly, can be one of the most important self-care practices you still have in your toolkit. I remember Walter, 75, a polite, reserved man. When his wife passed away, he stopped all sexual activity completely. For 6 years, he believed that chapter of his life was closed. He told me, "I thought at my age I shouldn't do it anymore. It didn't seem right." But that belief slowly disconnected him from himself, made him lonelier, more irritable, and worsened his sleep. When I explained that mindful masturbation can maintain pelvic blood flow, keeping tissue and nerves healthy, support prostate health by helping clear stagnant fluids, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep through the release of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, he decided to try again without rushing, without pressure, focusing only on his breath, sensation, and presence. Within weeks, Walter told me, I feel alive again, not to be who I was 20 years ago, but to feel like I'm still here, still myself. If you want to restart, try these 3 simple steps. Choose a quiet space, no screens, focus on real sensation, spend at least 5 minutes on breathing and light touch without rushing to the end. Afterwards, notice. Do you feel more relaxed, sleep better, lifted in spirit? This isn't just about pleasure, it's about keeping your connection to your body, your emotions, and your identity, no matter what age changes. These 5 secrets aren't just for you to hear and forget, they're for you to start using today, because you still have so much to live, to feel, and to enjoy at any age. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to say, it means you're willing to face a topic many men your age avoid. That alone is a sign of strength, not the strength of muscles, but the strength of honesty, of wanting to understand, and of taking care of yourself. We've covered 5 secrets together, understanding that blood vessel health is the foundation, letting go of measuring manhood only by hardness, avoiding letting your body forget its reflexes, breaking free from the porn loop, and finally turning mindful masturbation into a full-spectrum health tool. Each secret is a piece of the puzzle, and when you put them together, you'll see a new picture. You are still a man, still whole, and still worthy of enjoyment. I've met hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who once believed their time had passed. But after applying what we've just discussed, they didn't just improve their sex lives, they slept better, felt lighter in spirit, and most importantly, began living more fully. If what I've shared resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're still here and still want to walk this journey with me. And if you know a friend or brother who needs to hear this, don't hesitate to send them this video. You never know, one conversation like this could change an entire chapter of their life. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the direct, practical, and age-appropriate health guidance I share for men over 60. You are not invisible. You are not finished. There is still so much ahead of you if you're willing to step forward and claim it.